I want to talk to you about these hidden treasures. Can I talk to you about these treasures? People are lost because they will not believe or accept the gospel of Jesus Christ, which we preach. And I don't know whether you know it or not, but if you hear this gospel long enough, you will begin to preach it. We had this saying over here at WFJ Jesus, if you come 3 times, you're out. Out of what? Out of trouble, out of the world, out of your flesh. Because we knew exactly what we were being taught here at WFJ Jesus, and we were being taught the gospel of Jesus Christ, and that is what we're teaching tonight. Somebody say, what is the gospel and what does the gospel mean? Basically, the gospel is, bottom line, Jesus Christ and him crucified. Tell your neighbor, say, Jesus Christ and him crucified. The best news, the good news is Jesus. Scripture says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Chapter 7 called Jesus this treasure that is in you. I don't know whether you know it or not, but you have a treasure in you. Each and every one of you in here, and as I notice who you are, I know the majority of you have heard the gospel for years. You've heard this same good news that I am preaching about tonight for years. And so that treasure, and he calls it that hidden treasure. See, why would it be hidden when it's inside of the believer and the believer preaches the gospel? It's hidden to those who won't believe it, those who won't accept what God have placed in you. And I want you to tell your neighbor, and this is the key to what we're preaching on tonight. The key is that you understand that all you have to do to have this treasure that's in you, we want to call it this hidden treasure, is to believe. So many times we make it so hard for people to receive because we try to make it seem like it's so hard to grab what we're saying. And sometimes it's hard for folk when they don't want to believe it, they really want to understand it. And I just declare that many of us, though we have these hidden treasures on the inside of us, I just believe that many of us don't even understand the fullness of what this treasure or these treasures is all about. As a matter of fact, I've been saved for a little around 38 years. Still, Antoinette, don't know the fullness of what the treasure that's in me is all about. But I do know that it is a treasure. Yes, and when I think about the treasure that's in me, I think about the goodness of God, the goodness of God, the goodness of God, his word being a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our pathway. Knowing that without the goodness of God, without this treasure, without Jesus being on the inside of me, I could have been totally lost even now. But understanding that, hey, because he's in me, I can make it. Give your neighbor a high five and tell them, because Jesus Christ is in you, you can make it. Come on, give somebody a high five and tell them you can make it. Isn't this powerful, knowing that the way of success can be on the inside of a person? I'm not talking about success to be rich in the world with physical riches. I'm talking about a success that goes beyond what we can touch, what we can smell, what we can hear, what we can see, and what we can taste. I'm talking about a spiritual success that could catapult you to a place that you never thought that you could actually have the kind of peace that you have now with Jesus on the inside of you. Even because of what happened years ago in the world. I'm talking about racism and talking about poverty and the things that have come upon not only the United States, but the whole wide world in these last days, what's so amazing to me is God have given us the power to overcome all of this stuff just by believing that Jesus Christ in us is the hope of glory. We ought to give him praise just because we believe